I'm Diana Dajer, the manager of citizen participation at Fundación Corona in Colombia, and also longtime member of the Build Peace community. I'm really happy to be here. This subject of the conference this year is about peace building, technology, arts, and identity, and I feel that Build Peace is a big part of my identity, so I'm really happy for being here today. And I want to, talk today about how can we use better digital tools to foster collective action and collective identities. And to explore these, I want to talk about a project that we have devised with many organizations, Movilizatorio, one of them who is also here today, in a place in Colombia called Buenaventura. And we have explored how can civic tech platforms foster collective action in conflict-affected scenarios. So to explore these and also share some insights that might be valuable to some of you that are also exploring this, I want to share the case study of this tool that we devised in Buenaventura. Which is a municipality in the Pacific coast of Colombia. It has a very strategic position as one of the main ports of Latin America, which means that lots of goods come to Colombia through there, but also it's a place where a lot of conflict happens because there's a lot of illegal economy as well, for instance, drug dealing, and so there are many groups fighting for that territorial control. And that means that the population has, for years and decades now, endured conflict, and this has affected how they interact in community and how they participate, and also produce difficulties in trust between people and also towards the government. So one of the big shifts that came in Colombia in 2017 after the signing of the peace agreement with FARC was a huge mobilization of people that started to come together and participate in democracy, and many people of Buenaventura started doing that. But at some point it got where there were a lot of demonstrations, but not meaningful conversations and actual collaboration between people to identify problems and solutions together. So with a coalition of organizations, of 10 organizations, we created something called Activa Buenaventura, which is a multi-year project of 5 years in Buenaventura to build a stronger participation. Can you, next one? Among them, I also mentioned Movilizatorio, but there's also international cooperation such as USAID. Next, please. And with them, we devised a broad range of tools and interventions in a big project also with community organizations to foster citizen participation in Buenaventura. And one of these tools, next please, is Marea Digital, which is a platform that allows people to identify the problems that they're having in their neighborhoods and also solutions for them. And something that was very interesting, and here comes the interesting part of sharing a project that is now 4 years. It's when we started devising this project, we thought that just having the technology will allow people to come together and to collaborate and lead to a collective identity and collective action. And I want to share the story of what happened and what we have learned on the way. So this is a little bit about the platform, Marea Digital, which in English could be Digital Maria, digital wave, because it's in the ocean. And can you put the next one? So as I told you, it's a platform that allows citizens to identify and report local problems. Next, please. And it allows people to report on issues such as education, gender, infrastructure, health. Next, please. Next, so that's the port. And what we learned on the way, so I was telling you, we thought that just creating the platform will lead to that collective action. And what happened is that not many people really engage. We learned that we needed to build the trust and the actual connections between the people that happen offline, so people could use the platform in a minimal way. So we shifted the way we devised the platform, and we thought, okay, technology is important, but it's not the main part of this. We need to create a strategy that is actually offline, to start creating the trust between people to participate, and to acquire the skills also to devise how to interact with government and also in government. So we created an offline strategy of thematic groups, and teaching also skills in terms of dialogue, in trust building, and we put young people as the main spokespersons to empower them. And we started in these tables to foster the creation of solutions between the thematic tables. And the project completely turned around. So now, after 4 years, Marea Digital evolved from being this digital platform where you can report the problems to a hybrid process where actually there's a network of people working now on infrastructure, health, education, gender issues. And the tech tool is secondary, but it has allowed a space for people to connect and to build that collective identity towards the things that really affect them. Can you put the next point, please? So these are some pictures of the community meetings of Marea, and I want to shout out to Movilizatorio, who is here, that has also led this process with people on the ground. As I was mentioning, this is a big collective effort. And what I really want to share here is how this has transformed from being a civic tech platform focused on data collection to really a network that enables collective action through that offline process. And some of the things that we have managed to achieve so far. So we have more than 1,000 reports of problems that people have, and transform that into around 30 requests to the government, that and many of them have been answered by the government and the state institutions, and that has transformed in health for people in terms of hospitals, in terms of education, of paving the streets, and also some initiatives have been also led by the community without the intervention of the government, which is amazing as a way to self-organize and really build the connections between people. So just to finish, I want to share 3 main insights that I think could be interesting for this conversation of how digital peace building has evolved and what is still pending to happen. The first one is that collective identities and collective action happen when there are common objectives, common problems, and common solutions. And the tech tools are important to make that visible, but are not enough. You need to also foster those offline connections and conversations and trust, and don't expect people to have trust just because you have a tech tool. And the third one is, and this is just a reflection of what I think should be thought more carefully the next years, is how to sustain the processes that come out of the use of digital technology. We're now, after these 4 years, in a process of ending the project, the Activa Buenaventura, the big project where this started, and we have been asking this for now 2 years, how can we sustain this tool, and how can this be maintained in the community after Activa Buenaventura is done. And I think that this is a struggle that is still pervasive for many projects of digital tech, how to sustain these tools, and also how they evolve with time. It's okay if something finishes and now starting to think what new comes on, but I think that question about sustainability and what happens after the projects is still very important. So thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to Build and everyone for creating this together.